Good evening, Market Steps. Market Steps, bonsoir. I want to start off by acknowledging the presence of our political leader, former Deputy Prime Minister, and parliamentary representative for the constituency of Castries East, the Honorable Philippe J. Pierre. Et que c'est l'année prochaine qui va venir, les dit bout pour parler avec mon Philippe J. Pierre. In addition to being parliamentary rep for Castries East, I do the Prime Minister of St. Lucia. First deputy political leader, former member of parliament, former minister for external affairs, and parliamentary rep for the constituency of Labrie, the Honorable Alva Baptiste, party chairman, former agriculture minister, MP for Vieux-Fort North, the Honorable Moses Jean-Baptiste, who has done a fantastic job thus far. Colleague parliamentarians, past and present, executive members, current, as well as those who would have served our party in times past, brothers and sisters at home and in the diaspora, media practitioners, friends of labor, good evening. It is nice to see so many of you here tonight. You had to find your way, and it is not a case where the party sent transportation into the different communities to get you here. Your presence here tonight is a commitment that you are giving, that you are prepared to take on the United Workers' Party. And tonight, I am happy to see so many flabby faces in the audience. It takes courage to be vexed with your party. It takes courage to be able to reflect and tell yourself that the country comes before party. And that is why we have so many supporters of the UWP here with us tonight. The fight and the struggle, as Sister Alvina told you, is a very real one. UWP that nous avons goumé compte, c'est pas pièce de organisation that nous n'y pouvons pas lightly. They are nasty, they are desperate, they are incompetent, and they will do whatever is necessary to ensure that they hold on to power in this country. But a lot of us have decided that we are going to stand up for St. Lucia. And we are at a crossroads today, my brothers and sisters. We are at a point in our history where all right-thinking St. Lucians must come forward to defend this country that our forefathers worked so hard to build and to get it where it is today. We are now operating under the worst government in the history of our country. There are leaders and their governments and cabinets we've had in the past that were not as brilliant as others, but they were trying. But today, as I speak, St. Lucia is being governed by the worst group of men and women in the history of our country. Being led by the worst prime minister in the history of our country. And you would have thought that after winning the elections in June of 2016, that just a couple months before the 3rd anniversary, they would have had something to show. 3 wasted years in government. Il y a 3 années depuis que nous avons élection cette liste. Et pour 3 années, il n'y a pas rien pour montrer that you have fait. You just can you can travel. Tous les semaines, you are playing. Mais you can pas même ça, mais you can travel. And in 2.5 years, the Prime Minister has traveled more than the entire cabinet of the St. Lucia Labour Party during our last administration. And when he comes back, he just a fait promettre et tout bagay qu'il fait et qu'il y a 3 années nous pouvons rien qu'à faire. My brothers and sisters, you have to be a voice in the struggle. Do not leave it up to the parliamentarians and the executive members of the St. Lucia Labour Party. This fight calls for every St. Lucian who loves country to join in and do what is necessary to get this government off the backs of the people of St. Lucia. This is a mission to rescue St. Lucia. And if you believe, as I said, it's going to be an easy fight, we need to think again. We have to be consistent. We cannot just show up at some meetings and decide we cannot be present for others. The fight has to be one that must be sustained over a period of time. Nous ne pouvons pas l'idée, nous pour goumer et puis goumer wed. Situation qui est créée pour sacrifice, en fait, ces sacrifices là. Puis ce qui est créé dans l'environnement, que le gouvernement pas ni l'argent pour faire tout ça aussi pour faire cette liste. Gouvernement chassé, qui a seulement gaspillé l'argent. $10 million for audio labs, mais on passe à manger à l'hôpital, so that les cette liste malade, yo gagne à côté, que docteur qui prend care yo. Your hotel, in the form of tax breaks, $24 million. Et qu'on a dit moi, ou passe à manger un health center at our community for less than $300,000. It has to take a wicked government. Ko yo nom, et puis c'est moun qui a suivi là, ça prend ressources en pays, by permission et puis pour gens étrangers venir dans un pays. Et c'est pas même cheval Jean cette ici, pour dire cheval Jean Vieux-Fort, ou cheval Jean Laboui qui a fait course là ou savent. L'argent nous ka aller, on dit un horse racing track, ko cheval Jean Prime Minister qui est venu faire course. Et vous regardez moi 200 yards away from horse racing track là. On est à l'hôpital, l'on to your office, ou joint construction de aller, ou décider, ou ka tout bout construction là. Mais en zier c'est même ces moun là qui bouge frère, ou ka mouche yo priorities ou c'est pour ça faire un track pour cheval Jean venir faire course. How can that be right? And anybody who stands in solidarity with the people who are pushing that kind of agenda, they are equally guilty. And that is why tonight, we can say that in this cabinet, you're tout ces mêmes. Because when we came with the motion of confidence, we did not go in there because we expected all 11 members or the other 10 to move away from Alan Chasney to come and join ranks with us. The motion of confidence was much more than just a vote in the parliament. It was an opportunity where we went to the parliament to put the issues down so that we could have had, the 17 of us, a frank and an objective conversation about where the country was going. So those persons who want to focus on who voted where and why they did not vote to support us or we were defeated, you are missing the argument, because every 17 did not come to the parliament on their own volition. They were sent there by their constituents. And these same individuals who did not want to stand up against Chasney, when they meet us in private, they too agree that the country is moving in the wrong direction. Yo tout ka di nou, tout ça ka di about Premier Ministre la sa vwe, mais joua vini, quand yo teni pour mettre le pays avant parti yo tout décidé yo ka supporter Prime Minister et quitter ça qu'a fait dans cette ici continuer. And that is why I said tonight we have two choices. We either turn our backs and allow them to continue to do untold damage to our country, or we're going to put on our boots and we will stand up to them and demand what we believe is in the best interest of the people of St. Lucia. My brothers and sisters, $43 million for the range development. Ça c'est l'argent pays ça ni pour payer. Mais même là nous avons gaspillé $43 million ça là. Nous avons dit maman ça affaire that yo ni pour payer plus l'argent puisque le gouvernement pas ni l'argent. Et que le gouvernement nous rapport that maman qui proteste et que pays a pas après ça, yo couru aller 10 bod là. Zoni pour mettre ça en side et faire mon quoi that your gouvernement pas de savent qui ça qui aller. Wastage, wastage, wastage. On Saturday, the eyes of the cricket world will be on St. Lucia. We will be hosting the third test match in the series, England versus West Indies. And tomorrow, you should really go to Beausejour to see the quality of surface that St. Lucia is offering to the cricket world. And do you know who's responsible for that? The groundsman, the curator, and the administrators are all St. Lucians. And they've done it for less than $1 million. But whilst we are showing what we are capable of as St. Lucians, this government is paying millions of dollars to the Packer Company, represented by Don Lockerbie, to do what they call upgrade of sporting infrastructure in the different communities. Wastage, wastage, and wastage. They came and they found an arrangement for an airport where we did not have to take any loan from any bank. What did they do? They decided to put that aside, and today St. Lucians will have to pay almost $400 million in a form of a loan for an airport on which we were not supposed to pay $1. How can that be a government that works in the best interest of St. Lucians? My brothers and sisters, Alvina Hadou tout ça ni pour dire about situation santé. Et qui c'est un gouvernement qui pas ni pièce chère avec l'amitié bay moun qui ça prend décision qu'on ka prendre l'hôpital pays ou ni plan pour prendre l'hôpital pays et mettre en les mains à foreign company. Ça en anglais nous appelle privatization. Privatization means ça c'est business moun qui veut faire profit. Et si c'est un minibus ou privatise, mettre minibus là qui fait l'argent. Si c'est une boutique ou privatise, mettre boutique là qui fait l'argent. Si c'est l'hôpital ou privatise, moun qui opère l'hôpital là ni un objectif et ça c'est pour y faire l'argent. Et là, ou prend l'hôpital. À l'hôpital nous goumets tellement word pour the biggest infrastructure project funded by the European Union in the Eastern Caribbean. Yo bon nous ça comme cadeau. Et le gouvernement flambeau qui a venu actuellement et qui veut bailler en compagnie Cayman Islands l'hôpital là, so c'est mon qui opérer et puis faire l'argent yo. Et là on fait ça. Malheureux qui prend l'argent pour payer pour service à l'hôpital là. Là il veut en les marche l'hôpital ça. Si passe à fouiller les mains en poche li pour payer pour qu'il arrive là, yo kay vouer la kay li ay mort et qui pas jamais un service là il besoin. A government has a responsibility. There are essential services in every country that the government must guard jealously for the enjoyment of the citizenry. Ou pas nani bagay kon glo, ek même si gouvernement privatise glo, comme en cette ici, compagnie Wasco c'est une compagnie gouvernement. Can you imagine si gouvernement prend une compagnie dehors ek dit yo ni pour manage tout glo cette ici, moun qui passe à acheter bon glo ou kay ni pour vieux glo, ou kay taper comme malade et ou kay mort. So there are a number of services in a country that the government must preserve for the enjoyment of the citizens. Odia, Maternal Health Center reach for a constituency more. The Denrinoff constituency is being serviced by 2 health facilities, 2 health centers. About 3 years ago, la ressource tapait détruite par des faits. Le Prime Minister, Dr. Anthony at the time, et puis nous parlons, puis Health Minister Alvina Reynolds, you mette un budget là, an allocation of just under $300,000 pour sa Health Center. Les flambeaux en tout, you tire l'argent là, because you te a travel tellement, l'argent you te ni pour travel, it a fini. So you pay l'argent ça pour travel, comme ça you explain ba moi. Et qu'on a dit moi hodia, docteur, kawe yon san moun à la clinique à Richford. Et que les moi à Richford, la pas même ni assez bon pour moun assise, moun qui vient voir docteur, gros moun et petit maman. And to make matters worse, Richford Health Center, qui a opéré comme Richford Health Center, et qui a fait toutes ces moun qui étaient allés voir docteur la ressource, yon pas même ni un washing machine pour laver bedsheet et puis l'autre bail Health Center. Except pour moi, ka matche let, ka gade, si moi ka hen a washing machine, by Rich for Health Center. Pas de temps ça qu'a fait, nous avons l'argent pour faire course, tracks, pour cheval venir courir. Nous avons l'argent pour payer range, comme $1 million. Nous avons l'argent pour payer locally, comme $1 million. Mais nous avons un health center qui opère dans la community, plus qui 200 personnes qui viennent voir docteur dans la semaine et qui pas même ni un washing machine pour ces noces là, ça avait un bedsheet et bien un trottoir. This is what we are faced with in this country at the moment. Healthcare is not a priority for this government. Healthcare will never be a priority for this government. Because if healthcare was a priority, un gouvernement pas ça mauvais autant pour dire, mais 3 années kaini et qu'on do bout construction dans l'hôpital. Because ou quoi, l'année l'autre bagaille, ou voulez faire, et puis l'hôpital là. My brothers and sisters, Sister Alvina do about distress fund now. Distress fund c'est un petit l'argent qui était en office prime minister et l'année moun cette ici, c'est pour nous comprendre. Yo pas kay sa wede koyo because of their circumstances in life. And we cannot turn our backs on them. We ought not to call them mendicants. You're going to call them mendicants because upan respect pour yo, upan nati well pour yo. Mais vous avez gens qui sont de l'autre pays et qui ont millions of dollars en la pays ça. Ou pas que mendicants. Mais moun qui a fait des contributions in their own small way towards the development of this country. Because of their circumstances, you are prepared to turn your backs on them. And the distress fund was not any big money. $480,000. Ou pas mais ça en budget là pour bailler moun qui kay bouzer ti la si kay brûler. Mais vieux fort ou ka préchimer la ressource là qui me bon séjour. Ou ka divert li to the tune of $11 million. Mais ou pas ça mettre $480,000 in the budget for the distress fund. But do you know là pour $11 million pour faire chimer passer l'autre côté. Si vous prenez l'argent ça ou ka un distress fund $11 million 23 times. Ou pas mais yoku. Mais ou ka prendre $11 million. Ou ka faire chimer passer l'autre côté pour faire racetrack so that cheval Jean, pas cheval Jean cette ici, pas cheval Jean vieux fort, but cheval Jean qui ka sort l'autre pays avoir plein de bâtiments pour yo venir galoper faire course. Et qu'on ka dit moi non mais puis femme dans le cabinet yo là ka supporter ça. Yo toutes ces mêmes, they are all the same. Because when an opportunity was provided for them to stand up for the country, they decided to side with a prime minister because of their own selfish reasons. And that is why I said to you earlier on, my brothers and sisters, the fight will not be an easy one. We have to stay the course. We have to believe in our political leader. And I've said before, for those United Workers' Party people who believe that Philippe Pierre is not the man to lead this country. You know what I said to one of them? Le Philippe Pierre levé sur ta cabane ni libre matin. Avec sa stretch, avec ce river, il s'est premier prime minister parce que Alan Chasney qui a levé pour dernier temps and busy all over the place. Philippe Pierre can never make the blunders that Alan Chasney is making as prime minister. There are UWP hardcores who worked hard as public servants. They made their contribution to the development of this country. There are young professionals who are making their contributions to the development of this country. And they have to stand by and watch. They have to watch a country being taken to the gutters. They have to watch while the Prime Minister is being ridiculed regionally and elsewhere. This is not the St. Lucia we knew. That is not the kind of representation we are accustomed to. When you went on the regional circuit or internationally and you told people that you were from St. Lucia and that your Prime Minister was Dr. Anthony, and even before him, Dr. Vaughan Lewis and Sir John Compton, and to a lesser extent, Stephenson King, people had respect for you. But nowadays,
When you say to people, your Prime Minister is Alan Chasney, before they continue with the conversation, they begin to chuckle. You know, come and say, woo. According to say, Jean Blague. My brothers and sisters, we have a lot of work to do. We have to be prepared to take them on. The situation that confronts us is one for country. And whether you are Labour Party supporter or you are United Workers Party supporter, you have to see the country first, given the situation that we are in today. We have to do it for St. Lucia. We cannot be say to ourselves that se buksara hakafe bayo and kite bat miseyo. No, no. We want history to reflect that when things were not right under this administration, we were the ones who mustered the courage to stand up to them and to demand better. And it is clear that close to 3 years after coming into office, they are clueless. No major projects, no major initiatives. And they are saying to us today that we may have to give them a second term. They have failed. And they will continue to fail. And so, my brothers and sisters, in the interest of time, I want to thank you for coming. I am encouraged by what I see. It's going to be a long road, but with your enthusiasm and your energy, you are the source of inspiration. You are the fuel on which we, the parliamentarians, are going to feed. And we will do whatever is necessary to deliver St. Lucia from this uncaring government led by Alan Chasney. Go in peace, my brothers and sisters. Long live our political leader, Philip J. Pierre. Long live the St. Lucia Labour Party. Long live the people of St. Lucia. Happy 40th Independence Anniversary to one and all. Thank you. God loves you.